everyone. Welcome to PyCon US 2024. Okay. All right. My name is Marietta. I'm the conference chair, and it's really an honor for me to welcome you all here in Pittsburgh for PyCon US. And I really want to start off by saying thank you for all of you for being here, and also thank you for all of you who are joining online. I don't know where the camera is. I just want to say hi to the online attendees. And it is with your support that this year, 2024, is a record-breaking year for PyCon US. And before I get into the details, I want to thank the Python Software Foundation for taking on the management and the financial responsibility of this conference. And I just want to highlight the PSF staff members who actually work year-round on the conference. And I get to do the fun part. I get to chat with you all. But they're out there keeping everything running. A lot of the work that they do are unseen, and I really want to show our appreciation and gratitude to everything that they do. The team has been extremely supportive, like even entertaining all of my ideas, even to the last minute. I really appreciate it, and it's really quite a privilege for me to get to work alongside them. So thank you so much, Olivia, E, Lauren, Deb, Phyllis, Laura, Marie, Marisa, and Joe. And also thank you to more than 100 volunteers who also dedicated their time throughout the year to help organize this conference. We have programs committee, the hatchery committee, all the summit organizers, online experience committee. Really, none of this are gonna happen without all of your hard work, so thank you so much. And thank you to all of our sponsors. And I know the tech industry is still challenging, difficult the last year. So it really means a lot to us that you continue to put a priority in the Python community, that you continue to support and sponsor us. Thank you. So do stop by the booths in the expo hall, and the sponsors are there today and tomorrow. And when I said that this is a record-breaking year for PyCon US, it's not that we break one record. There are multiple important things that were broken in the conference, and it really, all of you helped made it happen. And I just think it's like something worth celebrating. So the first record that we broke is that we got almost 1,000 proposals during our CFP, and I think the previous years not even come close to this. You made the job of the program committee harder than before, and as a conference organizer, I know all conference organizers want to have this kind of problem, so this is a good problem to have. So it means our committee really have to be really selective. So we get to design a very exciting conference program. So do see the talks, all right? And I want to thank the program committee members and the reviewers for all their hard work. I could not imagine how you would get through like 1,000 proposals to review. So thank you so much, everybody. And thank you and congratulations to all of our speakers, tutorial presenters, poster presenters, and our Charles. And I received information this morning, and in fact, 57 of the speakers are presenting at PyCon US for the first time. So definitely go and watch their talks. Now, the second record we broke is the registration numbers. We have, as of Wednesday, we have more than 3,000 people registered, and this is the largest turnout that we got since the pandemics for the last few years. So this is a great number. The exciting part for me is that about 10% are registered this week. And that's the next record that is broken. I was told this conference never seen that kind of spike so close to the conference. So thank you all for your support for the Python community. So that means there's a lot more people wanting to be here, and then we could accommodate. And I just have to, it made me wonder, like, why? Why are you here, and why did you choose to come to PyCon US? And when I asked this question, several Python community members, they shared what the community, what PyCon US means to them, and I really want for you to hear what they said.
Just learning PyCon on my own, just kind of isolated. And I thought, whoa, there's an actual conference where other people like me go and hang out. And when I was there, I just had such an incredible time. I thought to myself, I don't think I can miss this again.
When I had so little experience and yet was welcomed with open arms by everyone I interacted with, that was an amazing experience. And the friendships that I've forged throughout the years have become lasting friendships. And PyCon is one of the only places that I see some of those people. And that experience is really important to me.
At the day of the talk, I said, this is my first speech of the PyCon US and even for the English. And after the talk, Eric Snow was sitting just next to me and he said, oh, you did very well. So that was very my happy moment.
Momentos que más me divirtió fue PyLadies Auction. Fuimos muy felices en ese momento porque nos dimos cuenta realmente que el objeto no es lo más importante. Lo importante es la donación y el support a la comunidad.
It is an experience that it's really hard to describe until you've been there, but it's definitely worthwhile.
Hear the story from other people who lead the different user group. What are their stories? What are their challenges? What are their success stories?
Think about who you'd like to meet, who you'd like to hang out with, what you'd like to hear, what you'd like to see. There's a lot of different activities.
PyCon US is a very large conference and it's run almost entirely by volunteers. And so there are plenty of opportunities to help make the conference go more smoothly. It's a great way to meet people and make better connections with people by actively volunteering and working on the conference.
Leave a physical opening for new people to join your conversations, and always feel comfortable taking that opening to join other people's conversation. Leaving that opening can make the difference for people who find it very difficult to join conversations.
Yo recomiendo encarecidamente a los asistentes que traten de conseguir un buddy, como que un compañero. También que conversen con las personas a su alrededor y que no tengan miedo de participar en las comunidades.
Make it your experience. So many interesting people doing interesting things that I think you're bound to learn stuff when you least expect it. Take a moment to say thank you to the people that are volunteering or at PyCon. Even if it's in passing in the hallway, it means a lot, and it's those relationships that really over time strengthen the language and the community.
If you're a complete newcomer to Python, if you're just getting started, your perspective is incredibly valuable because people who've been doing Python for like 10 or 20 years, they've lost track of that sort of beginner's mindset. And that's the thing which really helps us build better libraries, build better documentation, build a better community. Anyone who you think is interesting will find you interesting as well and will want to hear from you and will want to talk to you.
All right, so that was actually just a trailer. That's just a shorter version of what they all have to say, and they give advice of how to make the most of PyCon US. So watch the full interview here on the PyCon US YouTube. Now, thank you. So now that you're really ready to experience PyCon US, so I want to talk about the logistics And I think if you're the first-time attendee, you will have an easier time because so far everything is new to you. You all have been so receptive of everything. It is the repeat attendees that I'm worried about because there are some minor changes with the way we do things, and I'm getting comments from people saying like, it used to be like this before and not now, what's going on? Well, yes, we released a new version of PyCon US. We fixed some bugs, we added new features. We're trying to make things better. So, very standard open source thing. So, because we're open source community, when we have a new release, we write up the release notes. So let's go through this, okay? Release notes. This is the release notes for PyCon US 2024. The most requested feature in the conference is the Wi-Fi. There you go. Take a picture. The next thing you want to know is, where is everything? Okay, there's a map. This will show you the layout of the convention center annotated with all the different areas. And not only that, we have an app. There's an app for PyCon US, and download it, update it, and inside the app you'll find lots of useful information, the venue map, expo hall map, the schedule, all the speakers list, the sponsors. So I'm leaving 5 stars review, and you should too. Another notable feature that you might not realize is that the online experience is also available for everybody here who's attending in person. And you can join the online experience through the PyCon US dashboard on the website. And the venue is new. The Pittsburgh Convention Center, or DLCC, David L. Lawrence Convention Center. And so far, this is my favorite PyCon US venue, and the staff have been so great to work with. I love this. And if you're looking for gender-neutral restrooms or family restrooms, I checked the map, and most of the restrooms here have this option. So I think there are maybe only like 3 or 4 that didn't have this option, but all of them you will find women's restroom, men's restroom, and a gender-neutral restroom. So, the quiet room, we have that feature too. And I do want to remind people that the quiet room is really for almost silence. So if you're gonna be talking, whispering, typing, making a phone call, please do that elsewhere and not in a quiet room. And we have a nursing suite. If you need access to that, please approach one of the DLCC staff. And Lost and Found is in the info desk on the Concourse A. All right, and I'm really excited to welcome all of our keynotes this year, Jay Miller, Simon Willison, Kate Chapman, and Samana Hariharaswara. And I can't wait to introduce all of them to you. And we also have other special guests on this main stage. Deb Nicholson will be here soon, and in the closing to give updates about the PSF. Our diversity and inclusion panelists are here as well, steering council on Sunday, and the PSF security engineers on Sunday. All right, lightning talks are also here on the main stage. These are 5-minute talks that you can just sign up. There are boards outside of the expo hall. And the talks are happening in 4 different tracks over the next 3 days. The charlas, which is the Spanish language track, are happening today and tomorrow. And we have live captionings on all the talks, keynotes, charlas, and all the lightning talks. So I really appreciate the captioning team for making this even more inclusive and accessible. New feature this year, this has been missing for the last few iterations of PyCon US, but this year we have the hatchery programs, and we have 4 new tracks. The FlashCon is happening today, and you can just walk in. You don't need to sign up for that. The Community Organizer Summit, the Dog Summit, and Humble Data, and yes, I mentioned Dog Summit. Those are full. You need to register, but they may allow a few walk-in spots if available, so do check them out. And we have even more events. Some of the events already happened, the Language Summit, Education Summit, WebAssembly Summits, and the ones that is still going to happen are Maintainer Summit, Typing Summit, Mentored Sprints, Packaging Summit, and the Intro to Sprints workshop. So I want to also thank all the organizers of all the summits, hatcheries, for putting all of this together. And we have a few events related to PyLadies. So PyLadies auction is happening tomorrow. PyLadies luncheon is happening on Sunday. And in the expo hall, you will find the breakfast and lunch, as well as the breaks, the morning and afternoon breaks. Go check out the PSF booths, visit our sponsors, all of the startup rows, community booths, and the poster sessions at the job fair will be there on Sunday. Open spaces, these are 1-hour meetups, which can be about any topic you like, and you can sign up to run an open space. There is a signboard outside of the expo hall. The hallway track is happening pretty much anytime, anywhere, be in person and online. If you are doing the hallway track in person, as suggested by Katni in the video earlier, make a physical opening to allow others to join your conversation. And again, since there are a lot more people wanting to experience PyCon US than we can accommodate here, I do encourage you to share your experience online, share what you learn, so that others can learn from you. So our official hashtag is hashtag PyConUS. And PyCon is deeply committed to providing safe environment and positive experience for everyone. So in order to ensure this, all staff, attendees, speakers, sponsors, and volunteers at any PyCon event are required to adhere to the Code of Conduct, and no one is an exception. No harassment, whether verbal or physical, or discrimination will be tolerated. Every person here will be provided with a harassment-free experience, regardless of gender, gender identity and expression, age, sexual orientation, disability, neurotype, physical appearance, body size, race, religion, or lack thereof. And you can read more in the full Code of Conduct, as well as the linked procedures for handling incidents and enforcement policies. And if you believe someone has violated the Code of Conduct, you are encouraged to report it, regardless of the severity. And at any point, you can make a report by email to pycon-us-report@python.org. And during the conference here, you can find any of our Code of Conduct responders. They are all among us, and they can be identified by yellow lanyard. Now, if you look at the back of your badge, you see the PyCon US challenge card. So these are a set of tasks you can do in order to get the most out of PyCon US. So it's like, some of you might be familiar with the conference bingo card, but just different form. So by doing these activities, not only I know you will have fun doing it, but also, to me, it lets you connect with other attendees, and you'll be helping to build our community. So each time you complete any of the challenges listed on the website, you can mark it off on your punch card, use a pen or a sticker, anything you like. And once you fill up the card, or if you accumulate 20 points, you can go to the registration desk to claim your reward. You will get gift card to Millie's Ice Cream, and there is a limited quantity for the ice cream, okay? And you can only begin claiming your reward starting Saturday at noon. So having an ice cream theme at PyCon US has been a personal wish list, so I really want to thank the PSF for supporting this idea and for actually funding the reward and just for fulfilling my selfish wish. So thank you so much. And my goal is not ice cream, well, yes, but you can have both. You know, you can have ice cream and build and strengthen our community. So if you've been continuing to support the community by going to other regional Python conferences, by organizing local Python meetup, as thanks, I'm giving you lots of points for doing those. All right, so with that, let's enjoy the newly released PyCon US 2024. I would like now to welcome some of our visionary sponsors on stage. We have Jeremy from NVIDIA.
Good morning. It is good to be back at PyCon. I'm so excited for all of us. PyCon is my favorite language conference. It's also my favorite languages conference. I didn't start with Python, but I did get here as fast as I possibly could. Like many of you, I came for the code and ended up staying for the people. I've had so many great memories here. And this year, thank you for being here and helping me make new PyCon memories. My name is Jeremy. I work at Accelerated Python at NVIDIA. With me, I brought my team to PyCon. Some of them are PyCon first-timers. Some of them are PyCon 20-timers. All of them are working to make your Python faster, sometimes without rewriting it. Some of the team will be giving talks, but more importantly, all of them are here to listen. This is more about y'all than it is about us, and we'd love to hear what you're working on. We'll be in the hallway track, we'll be in the talks, we'll be at the open spaces, and we're sticking around for the sprints. And we're able to do all of this because the Python Software Foundation is organizing Python and giving the community a place to gather. And the PSF runs the forums and maintains PyPI and helps groups and regional Python conferences. So big thank you to the PSF. To support the Python Foundation in doing this vital work, NVIDIA has just committed to sponsoring the PSF at the visionary level for 3 years. Yay! And that's about it. I wish you an amazing PyCon, and I'll see you out there.
Thank you, Jeremy, and thank you, NVIDIA. That is great news. The next sponsors I would like to invite are Spot Calloway from AWS.
They told me I could say hello, Cleveland, but I don't think that's right. It's great to be here. PyCon is my favorite show of the year, and it's because of every single one of you here. And so I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for all that you do. I'm clicking it. It's not going. Come on, there it goes. Okay, so at Amazon, one of the things that we like to do is we celebrate anniversaries. Last year I was on the stage and I announced that we were funding a dedicated security role at the PSF. And we're now 1 year into that. And so I'd like to bring on the person that's been in that role to talk a little bit about what we've accomplished. So Mike Fiedler, please come up.
Thanks. Thanks, Spot. Hey, everybody. I'm here on the stage with you all to tell you briefly about some of the things that we've accomplished since I've joined the PSF, thanks to AWS. I'm the PyPI Safety and Security Engineer, and PyPI.org, oh, thanks. Thank you. PyPI.org is one of the biggest services that so many people who use Python don't even know about. People pip install or poetry install or use whatever tool they do to install from PyPI.org, oftentimes not even knowing that it's there. We get around 40 to 50,000 requests per second, and it just has to work. Something that we've been doing on a security front since I've joined is evaluating the malware reporting response process, because as a public service, people will upload all kinds of stuff. And some of that stuff isn't great. So we work with a community of security researchers and the general public who can now just click a button on PyPI to send a malware report of something smelly, fishy out there, and then that comes in and we respond to it and deal with it. We've also developed API integration with those security research communities as a private beta, and we will be increasing that capacity to minimize the time bad stuff can live out there and kind of affect the community at large. These are just a couple of things that we've been able to do since basically August until now. And thanks to the support of you all and AWS, we hope to continue to bring you security enhancements, improvements over time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. It really, we're proud to be able to do this, and we're proud to be able to continue to support and fund this. So I don't want to spend too much more time talking about the corporate boilerplate here, but if you want to come over to the AWS booth and talk to us, we would love to answer these questions like why we invest in open source. We also have churros, so please come eat our churros. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Whoops, is my mic on? Okay. Thank you so much, AWS. I wonder how churros taste with ice cream. The next person I wanted to invite on stage is Deb Nicholson, who is the PSF Executive Director, and she will give updates about Python Software Foundation. Welcome, Deb.
We're not on the right slide. There we are. Welcome to PyCon US. It's so exciting to see you all. Woo! So this event is brought to you by the Python Software Foundation, which, as Marietta said, I'm the executive director of. The Python Software Foundation, our mission is to promote, protect, and advance the Python programming language, and to support and facilitate the growth of a diverse and international community of Python programmers, which sounds like very lofty, right? So what does that actually mean? What do we do, aside from this conference? It does mean that we are the vendor-neutral, community-driven home of the Python programming language, and that means that no single company is in charge of Python. And so any changes to the language are decided by community consensus with lots of community input. It also means that no one can make changes to shut out their competitors or put anti-features into the language or any of the packages we host and then try to charge users extra to route around them. Because no one likes that. We host all the infrastructure for CPython and the Python package index, as Mike mentioned. People continue to download Python over 300 million times a day. I'm told that some of those must be automated. We hope. And then in 2023, we had this is such a large number. I just have a little nonprofit salary, so this number is like, what? Imagine, swimming into a giant endless sea of 384 billion downloads from the 500,000 projects on PyPI. That growth from 2023 was up 45%, and that is following 2022's also considerable growth of 57% in both downloads and bandwidth. So obviously people love downloading Python packages, so we expect these numbers to keep growing. And I want to say thank you to all of you who continue to share your packages on the package index. So yay, thank you for doing that. So we ourselves are a nonprofit, but we also give out grants ourselves, small grants, to key initiatives and projects that are supporting our mission. In 2023, we gave out almost $700,000 in grants. That's a jump from last year's $393 and is the largest amount that we've ever given out in 1 year. Thank you. We give those grants out to fund local PyCons, Python and Django workshops, educational resources, and travel to conferences, especially this one. So if you got a travel grant, you're in here. You're on the slide right now. Having arrived here during the pandemic, it's been extremely exciting to see the grants program get back to full capacity. If you look at the very sad numbers in 2020. A lot of things were sad in 2020 and 2021, but the grants program also was a little sad then. So we have found that people are holding more events and workshops. At the same time, many pieces of the tech sector have been tightening its belt. So that means we have more responsibility than ever to make sure that community events are supported and funded, and so that's led to this huge growth. And it also comes with some opportunities to think about how to make our grants work even more impactful and equitable. To that end, we're doing monthly office hours around the grants program. If you heard that and you were like, ooh, how do I get a grant? And then you went and you were like, wow, the application is kind of a lot. We're aware. We're a U.S. charity, so we have to do some things the IRS wants us to do. But you can come in and ask questions and get advice on your grants proposal, or if you found some part of the application process that didn't make sense, let us know. We meet every third Thursday, and we would love to see you. That's online. We also act as a back office to 20 Python-related projects, including the global network of PyLadies chapters. So we help with accounting, budgeting, contracts, and any other questions that come up. Our accounting team works really hard to make sure that people can accept donations without having to mess up their taxes and spend that money on pizza or whatever they need to. Sometimes we help people read venue contracts. If you ever have trouble sleeping and want to volunteer in that way, let us know. I'm just kidding. The accounting process is good. They've got this. And so I do want to say that in 2023, we welcomed 7 new fiscal sponsorees. So I want to say welcome to Twisted, North Bay Python, Bandit, the Bay Area Python Association, PyOhio, Denver Pug, and Chippy. And I know some of you are here, so I'm really glad that we get to partner with you and support your work on Python. So we put on Python US. Mariana sort of covered this, but this is very exciting numbers. We sold out of in-person tickets, and that's the first time that's happened since I've been here. So we are just really happy that you all keep coming back and helping us to make this an amazing experience for us and for you. So I also want to say, you maybe saw like outside, it says by and for the community. And we say this a lot, but what does that actually mean, right? I guess it means that Python will be open source forever, which is great, right? It will be available to anyone who wants to use it forever, for free. You will always be able to look at the source code. You will always be able to suggest changes or write your own packages and libraries that you can share with the world if you want to, and you can host them on our servers. It also means that the kind of things that happen when a community comes into being in a place that is owned by a for-profit company, they can't happen here. We're never going to make a massive change to the terms of service to enable us or a third party to spy on you. You're never going to wake up and find out that we changed the license for Python on Hacker News without telling anyone. And we're never going to let the places that the PSF hosts the conversation become a cesspool of Nazis and spammers. So. It shouldn't be that rare, and yet. But that also means that we need you, because you are the community. Like, when we make big changes, like making the global interpreter lock optional, we want your input. When we build tools to support package maintainers, we really want your opinion on those tools. And if you know of accommodations that would make more people feel comfortable here or facilitate participation from people that aren't already part of our community, we want to hear about it. And if you see any way that we could grow the community and support the community, we rely on you to tell us. So, and then we listen. So, you know, we need you. And before you get drunk on all that power where you are just telling us what to do, please keep in mind that a lot of those things are actually kind of a lot of work. So we appreciate, like, we need you, but we also appreciate you. And because it's not trivial to, like, evaluate PEPs and look at betas or step up and serve to be part of a working group or run a local PyCon. And there are a couple other things we need from you. The collective you. We rely on you to be our ambassadors in the world. And so whether that means answering newcomer questions or helping to host a local event or meetup or giving a talk to make some aspect of Python or a Python package easier for new people, we need you to represent us in the community. We are just 13 salaried staff people, not a coven, that's just a coincidence, really. You know, and we have some lovely contractors that we work with, and 2 people that come and are part of our staff just for this week at PyCon US, which we really appreciate because we could always use 2 extra people this week. But there's no way that 13 people, even with magic, which we don't have, as I mentioned, could attend 100 PyCons throughout the year or organize 1,000 meetup meetings. For that, we rely on you to make sure that people get a great introduction to Python and the Python community. And so when I look at the numbers for Python and PyPI downloads, it's clear that Python becomes more popular and gains more users every year. And this is how I know that you are already doing a fantastic job as ambassadors. So I want to thank you for that. One more thing you could do for us, I don't know how many of you go to events that are run by nonprofits, but this is where that part comes in, is help us identify funding opportunities. We have some fantastic companies that we already work with as sponsors and collaborators, but we could always use a few more because we could hire a few more people. So if you are sitting out there and you're like, oh, I'm the person at my company that writes checks like that, I want to talk to you. Or if you want to introduce me to your boss, I would love to talk with your boss about that as well. Or your OSPO, or whoever is interested in collaborating. We're also up for coming to talk to your Python guild if you have one of those at your work. So have a good time and be nice to each other, and be nice to yourself too. It can be really overwhelming to come to a conference like this, especially if maybe, like the whole rest of the world, you took a few years off from hanging out with 3,000 people or whatever. Take some breaks, use the quiet room, go absorb some vitamin D on the deck or the rooftop, eat a piece of fruit, you know, whatever, just take those breaks. So this is my email so that we can chat. If you don't find me organically, you can always email me about community growth, funding ideas, and how we could better serve the community. Thanks. And I think I am doing the next introduction. I am so excited to bring up our final sponsor talk this morning, Hannah Aubrey from Fastly. Are you ready? Yay. All right, she's going to come up and tell us what's going on with Python and Fastly. So welcome, Hannah.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. I hope you are having a wonderful start to your PyCon. It's actually my first PyCon. Thank you so much. I am thrilled to be here. I work at Fastly. I lead a program called Fast Forward. That's our mission to empower everyone to build the open internet together. What does that mean? It's comprised of 4 policies and programs that help not only Fastly employees, but the Python community and everyone in the open source community build the open internet. The first program is our program to enable Fastly employees to contribute to open source. We have very generous policies on how they can contribute to, use, and open source their own code. We have a customer community policy that says we don't do business with those who don't reflect our values, namely those who promote violence or hate. Thank you. We also contribute heavily to the standards and protocols that dictate how the modern internet operates. Not too long ago, we had the distinct pleasure of contributing to HTTP3 and QUIC. We also gave that away to every single Fastly customer for free. Fastly is also a founding member of the Bytecode Alliance, and we're leading contributors to WebAssembly and the entire WebAssembly ecosystem. You can run your WASM code on Fastly right now. The platform for that is called Compute. Come check it out. I swear I'm getting to the good part. The last program within Fast Forward is called the Fast Forward program, and that's how we donate free services to open source projects and the nonprofits that support them, like Python Software Foundation. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a second, but first, the reason I came to work at Fastly was because of this program. The very first thing I did at Fastly was work on our $50 million commitment to this program right at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. And the reason we did that, I think, is best exemplified by a conversation E and I had not too long ago. It was the first time we ever met in person, and I asked E, what does Fastly mean to you? How is your experience working on PyPI different from before Fastly and after Fastly? And E said, before Fastly, as the only person working on PyPI, I was on call 24/7. I was woken up by incidents in the middle of the night and on holidays. Once I deployed Fastly, it was no longer just me. I had one less thing to worry about. And that right there is the reason why we do this work. Of course, it's because we know we provide critical infrastructure to projects like curl, Rust, Ruby, jQuery, Kubernetes, OpenStreetMap, Mastodon, the Scratch Foundation, and over 100 other projects and nonprofits. But even more so, it's because of exactly that feeling. We want the overworked and underthanked open source maintainers in this world to feel a little less alone and a little bit more supported. So that is why I am thrilled to announce that, actually, before I do that, could I get the next slide, please? Fastly and Python are coming up on our 10-year anniversary of our partnership. We have served PyPI, python.org, and us.pycon.org for 10 years. And over the course of that 10 years, we have served 2.41 exabytes of data. Thank you so much. So just this morning, I'm thrilled to announce that E and I finished the paperwork to commit to serve Python for another 5 years. So Python devs, bring on that next 2.5 exabytes of data. We can't wait to serve it. And if you, pardon me for the shameless shilling now, and if you would like to get your hands on Fastly yourself, we have a free trial account with more than enough bandwidth to serve your test site. You can sign up at fastly.com, sign up. And I'm very excited to share that we will have some exciting announcements about those accounts coming up in the next month. So my friends, thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a wonderful PyCon. Let's build the good internet together.